Many other autistics out there also have these comorbidities at the same time. This is my autism and the comorbidities theory. Autism and the comorbidities co-occur because they are caused by the same thing, and that is gene mutations that trigger a system-wide stress response that does not turn off, during which the body prioritizes attempts to resolve that stress response over maintaining typical development and typical function in biochemically predictable ways. I have been publicly disseminating this since 2023. This year, several major research groups independently reproduced each part of my model. That would include Japanese researchers, Princeton researchers, Stanford researchers, and Brazilian researchers. My framework is scientifically precise and rigorous. It was not an untested hypothesis before they replicated it. I very publicly created a functional biochemical network, which is a bioinformatics tool, using only data from a very well-respected database. And then I compared autism biomarkers from research databases to that biochemical network and identified patterns of disruption in the biochemistry of autistics. I opted not to put it in a journal, so when you hear people say it's not peer-reviewed, what they're referring to is when you submit to a journal, that journal selects 2 to 3 people unpaid to look it over before they decide whether or not they will publish. That is their peer review system. I opted for open access on ResearchGate to maintain full transparency with the autistic community. It is free, open, and public and has been reviewed by over 137,000 people from various institutions and disciplines. Research does let me see the stats on all of this. These are the stats for my last 8 weeks. My role is to help others understand autism, not provide treatment. Treatment belongs to researchers who develop options and doctors who determine which options best support each patient. However, we must understand what is happening with precision before we can intervene with precision. So researchers have begun engaging with my model, but some are attempting to appropriate credit. My papa always said close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and that is extremely true for precision medicine. If you treat something that's not precise imprecisely, you're not going to treat the right thing, and that can create harmful results. Anyways, that distortion delays treatment. I developed this theory to help us understand autism better, with the clarity needed to support better quality of life and care. The goal is symptom relief from the profoundly debilitating comorbid conditions that accompany autism, because they are biochemically and pathologically linked.